I want to talk about arm care and arm injuries here. So Major League Baseball, high school baseball, college baseball, Little League, everybody puts a lot of emphasis on arm care nowadays. But what still alarms me is we have pitch counts, we have all these studies, we have this, we have that, and yet the number of arm and elbow injuries that are increasing every single year are still a very alarming rate. So it's almost, I don't even want to say that it's not working, but maybe we need to pivot into another direction. And I say that because, look, if you look at just Major League Baseball right now, there's 237 players currently on the injured list. 180 of them are pitchers. Out of those 180, 120 of them are on the 60-day IL. 59 starting pitchers and 61 relief pitchers. So we're looking at Major League Baseball here, the guys that have all the technology, all the arm care routines, all the best doctors. They can't keep their guys healthy. I don't even want to look at the college stats because guys drop like flies in college. They get hurt in high school. They get hurt before high school. So something that we're doing here in the United States isn't working. Back in the old days, I know guys didn't throw as hard. I know they weren't chasing spin rates and stuff, but they threw a lot. And maybe their arms were conditioned not to get hurt. I think maybe some coaches need to possibly go over to Japan. Those guys don't get hurt. They throw the ball a lot. They work out differently. They do more conditioning. I think maybe it's time for the U.S. to maybe adopt what Japan and stuff like them do in Korea. There's guys, they get hurt. They're not getting hurt at the alarming rate as the U.S. pitchers. So back to Major League Baseball. We've had 39 Tommy John surgeries just this season. We've had 33 elbow surgeries, inserting an internal brace right on the UCL. And we've already had 8 flexor tendon UCL surgeries. So already in 2024, we've had 80 elbow surgeries just in Major League Baseball. It's got to be time for a change. I wish there was a way that I could go and pull numbers and see what Korea and Japan and all those other countries, how their injuries happen and how come they don't have as many surgeries. And I would love to talk to a guy that conditions their pitchers just to get that mindset. Albert Suarez came back over. There's plenty of guys in the major leagues that we could just sit down and talk to and pick their brain and just say, hey, it's not working. We've always heard, don't let young kids throw curveballs. Okay, we've prevented that for a long time, and yet kids are still getting hurt. It's like, don't throw this pitch, or let's do this, or make sure we run, or make sure we ice. And I'm just saying, we've been doing this for years and years and years, and we're still seeing an increase every single year in arm injuries. I'm not saying any of that studies and what they're teaching is wrong. I'm just saying it might be time to just look in a different direction and just see how somebody else does it to keep these guys healthy. Because in my personal opinion, it's ruining the game of baseball. Having all of these guys, really good players that are hurt. And now you're kind of having to rely on guys in the minors that might just not be ready yet. I mean, look at this year in baseball. There's no team that's going to win 100 games. There's some dominant lineups in baseball, but the pitching is so rough, they can't win 100 games because they don't have their best guys on the field. Injuries are going to happen, and I completely understand that. We've got to find a way as a country, as a fan of the game, to start controlling these arm injuries. Little kids and, teenagers don't need to be going through these type of surgeries. You don't want anybody to, honestly. Like, I understand it's going to happen. I just want to find a way. And I think possibly looking overseas to see how they condition people. I mean, one thing we do know, what they do overseas, right? They don't look to throw the hardest. They look to hit spots. They condition differently. They don't work out like they're Olympic athletes and trying to power lift all the time. They're still throwing high innings up there. They're still throwing breaking pitches. I just wish I knew the difference. Why can they stay healthy? Why can they make it through a full season? And why are we losing over 100 pitchers a season just in the major leagues? You guys let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know if I'm off my rocker here. Let me know if you really think these studies and these arm care is really working, or maybe I'm right. I'll catch you guys later.